I wanted to, I don't really know how to use this character too well. I know a little bit about him, but I wanted to look through his move list. You know, Evo's coming up, they're having a tournament for this. It's good to brush up on everything. And I figured, since I can't do a tutorial for this character because I don't know everything and I like my tutorials to be kind of comprehensive. So, since I don't know everything about the character, I thought I would try to go through the move list and learn about the character and then just, you know, think out loud for those of you who perhaps might benefit from it. So, we can get started. First things first, you know, the first thing I check with every character is jump moves, because jumping in this game is like the second best thing in the game. The best thing in the game is step guard, and his step guard is solid. You could see, like, when you're doing it, you could see the nice, crisp chunks of sidestep you get, which is really good. So that's good. Historically, this character has been considered to be really weak. I think the reason he's kind of weak is because his normals, his basic moves, are a little bit slow for their range. For example, his A is very slow. It's about as fast as like Yoshi and Mitsurugi's B, and that's not good because B's generally have priority over A's. So for a standing A to be kind of slow like that is kind of, it's not terrible, but the range is really weak too. It's got less range than their standing B, but it's the same speed and it's an A. So that's whatever. His down A also is really shitty. He spins around first before he does it, which is, it makes it quite slow. It doesn't have a huge hitbox, doesn't have great range, and down A's are very important in this game. So that's another reason why you know, he struggles a little bit. If you think about Assassin, which is kind of like his clone, and it's I don't know which is better. I think Assassin is a better character by far, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But Assassin's down A, it doesn't spin. I think it looks just like this, actually. And not spinning is a good thing. Down A's are generally like your sit jabs in Tekken, so you want it to be really fast. You want it to interrupt. So, that's those are the reasons. I mean, his BB is solid, but it's really linear. But overall, those are kind of the reasons why he's not that great. Also, he doesn't have any good lows. His best low is this, and if it hits shallow, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't knock down, it doesn't do shit, no frame advantage. If it hits clean, it'll get you a knockdown, but it also does not track very well either, especially to his right side. So, you know, this is what you're stuck with as far as lows go. It's not great. All his other lows are really whack. Like, this is extremely linear and slow. What are his other lows? That one is super linear, but it has really good range and good knockdown, but still really linear. And since step is the best thing in the game, you know, you don't want linear when it comes to lows. You want tracking. So anyway, jump moves, as I mentioned. It's really important in this game. So we know his step is okay. Let's try his jumping A. That's nothing special. That's pretty common in this game. Jumping A's are usually high, and they turn you around like that with good frame advantage, but because they're high, it's not really that useful. Oh man, I always hit start and select in this game. Alright, it'll just be a moment. We'll go random stage this time. Start and select is like the old school with resets in this game. So I just gotta be careful not to do that. Anyway, so jumping A is whack. Jumping B is actually pretty good because of the range. It's mid, and if you notice, look at the range on this. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm not even close to him, and I'm able to clip his hand like that. So this is a solid jumping move. It doesn't seem like it gives great frame advantage, but it doesn't really matter because you're getting off the ground. You got good range with a B attack. It looks like it hits pretty low, which is good. Because sometimes jump attacks, just like in Tekken, you'll jump over a low, but because the low you jumped over is so low, you'll go over it with your attack. So this one's pretty solid. So his jump, this is kind of a unique thing to Yunsung. If you hold guard and push up forward B, you get this move. But if you're not holding guard and you push up forward B, you get a different move. This move is also quite good because of the range. It hits on the ground. It's a unique move. It's not like a generic jump move. Hits on the ground, good range. It might be some kind of soul charge thing. Yeah, it's a guard crush. Level 2 guard crush. So that's pretty good. For Okazemi, I think that could work. Because it hits on the ground. Not too bad. I'm a huge fan of jump moves, so that's that. His jumping K is solid. It also sidesteps. If you notice, if you look at the ground, notice where he lands. He's not going straight. He's making the camera rotate as he's doing this move. That means it sidesteps. So even though it's not going to be like a huge sidestep that makes a shitload of stuff whiff, it definitely will work, and it will make some things whiff on occasion. So not too bad. I think this is a solid move. Jump K. Oh, you can of course do all of these straight up and backwards, but I generally think the forward version is better. In this game, if you do a forward version jump move, if you notice, the backwards one is usually going to be less damage. Likely it will be less frames. If you look at the up forward K, it gives you a knockdown on regular hit. Up back K, no knockdown. So generally you want to do up forward or straight up at least. So you can get the benefits of the jump move rather than, you know, not getting a knockdown. For while landing attacks, which are as important as jump moves, for his low, his while landing A is really good. Just because it's a low, you need a low from while landing, and it's solid. But I think his while landing K is better. His while landing K gives you a good knockdown. I don't think it combos. Maybe that's a combo. I'm pretty sure you don't get anything like a float combo, because even a down A won't hit. But you get a single hit on the ground, you get decent damage, or you can do, you know, whatever wake-ups you want to do. But the fact that it knocks down is very important. That's like the key to this this move. And then for a mid, you have this while landing B. It is hit confirmable, so you can do the BB extension. And because of that, I think that since you have a knockdown low and a mid that is relatively dangerous, at least more dangerous than, like, you know, most characters, just simple while landing Bs that don't do shit. At least this one, you have the option for a hit confirm if it hits. And you also have an A option. So while landing B, A, the second hit is a high, and I'm pretty sure it's not a counter hit combo, but I'll double check it for you guys. So this is going to be a natural combo, and it's hit confirmable. This, not a natural combo, but it will track sidestep if they try to step the second hit of while landing BB. And then let's check if it's a counter hit combo, because I'm not sure about that. Yeah, it's not. And can you cancel it? Nope, you can't cancel it either. So generally speaking, you're just going to want to do while landing B and then hit confirm it if it hits. If it doesn't hit and it's blocked, you might want to consider on occasion using the delayed follow-up, or even consider using that, just, you know, so that you send different things at them. You know, you don't want to just be doing while landing B every time. You can get some good damage out of this kind of stuff if you mix it up, generally. So, I also don't know the combos for this character either. So this is just me basically trying to figure the character out and looking through his move list. I'll share what I know, and what I don't know, you know, you'll either let me know if you know it, or, you know, look it up somewhere else, I guess. So I know his AAB is really good, because, not because of its speed, but because it is a counter hit combo. So AA, you can hit confirm it and hit B. Did you guys notice how that went over his head? You guys saw that, right? Wow. I don't know why that happens. That might be a Heihachi only thing. I've never seen that happen. Wow. I didn't know that. Okay, let's pick a different character. That might be a Heihachi only thing. There's a lot of matchup related stuff in this game that makes it pretty deep and intense. But anyway, okay, so it's AA. Counter hit AAB, that's a natural combo. And you can hit confirm it, and it gives you a knockdown. So this is a really solid tool with him. You can also delay the third hit too, like that. Pretty good, not that bad. got? This is a stance he has off of a couple things. He has it off of his BB, but the stance really sucks. The moves out of the stance really suck, but the stance itself is not terrible, because if you're trying to play keep out, and let's say you're like keeping him out with Bs, just turtling, you can use the delay B and then create space a little bit with that. It's not the safest thing in the world to do, but at least it creates some space and separates you from the opponent's character, sometimes enough to make something with. But generally speaking, it's not really the best shit. But AAB is quite good, so that's for sure. Oh, AAKK is pretty cool too. It's high, mid, and you can delay each hit, I think. Yeah. So you can delay all those hits. And let's see if it's a combo. Let's see how much of it is a combo. Okay, so the AA is definitely a combo. Let's see if I'm counter hit. So AAK is a natural counter hit combo. And then the follow-up is not a part of the combo, but it is a pretty heavy hitting mid. So you can use that as like a mix-up. On counter hit, AAK, and then, you know, is he or is he not going to use the last hit will be your mix-up. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Definitely something you could consider using. I wonder if you could transition into stance off of this. Guess not. Okay, let's see. Moving on. Forward AA. This is kind of a gimmick. There's no mix-up for this, but the good thing about this move is you can do it from crouch. So you can do something like down A, forward AA, and also forward AA is guard cancelable. So you can do that and stop. So this string is not that great, but because it has a guard cancel, it's usable at times. Also, the fact that it comes from crouch is solid, and I think it's a counter hit combo as well. It's a hit confirmable counter hit combo. So, not too bad. If you see the red spark, you do the second A and you'll get a knockdown. That's pretty good. Not bad. This is not a terrible move. You can also do it every time and use the guard cancel for a hit confirm, which is pretty cool too. So if it was blocked or if it hit on normal hit, you could cancel it. If it was not blocked, or if it was a counter hit, sorry, you can do no guard cancel, get your knockdown, and then continue for Okazemi. Not terrible. I like that. What's this? Forward A back. Ooh, I didn't know that. See, this is what I mean, Internet. There's a lot of stuff about this character that I don't know, the details. So, hey, Perish the Opposer. Show me that later when I'm not doing this. But I'm interested in whatever it is. Anyway, 6AA, we talked about that. Solid move. Oh yeah, you can transition to his backwards thing. I don't know how much I like this thing, because if I was Valdo, I always think of it like this. When I'm playing a character, I always think of it like, if I was playing against my own Valdo, what would I do against this? So if I saw a Yunsung doing BB back, or 6A back, or AA back, or any of that, I would probably reach in with the 6A plus B and punish him. I'm pretty sure that's not safe, especially on block. So, to be honest, I don't really think that this backsway is that good, but it is usable. Much like many things in this game, even something shitty like this backflip is usable at times because the game allows for a lot of freedom like that. It's just not going to win any tournaments. So, what do we have here? 6AAG, talked about that already. What is this? 6AAGB? Oh, that's that between the legs move. This is like not that good. The way you do the move by itself is B back. B a tilde back. I think it's a level 1 guard crush though. Nope, level 2 guard crush. I think in the first version of the arcade, it was a level 1 guard crush. But this move moves backwards so much that they basically have to be attacking to get hit by it. It does create space and attack at the same time, which is not a bad thing. but it's a huge whiff, and it doesn't really do much on hit. Counter hit 30 points. I mean, regular hit 30 points, counter hit 42 points, no stun, no knockdown, no nothing. So, I don't love it. I don't love it. 6-6-A, this is a very important move. I was using this when I was playing him the other day. On counter hit, you get a double overstun, and the thing is that this character, you'll find one of his most common things is on counter hit, he gets a lot of double overstuns. So, you know, down back A, 6-6-A, a lot of these are going to catch for double overstun. So you have to be ready to mix them up, because the mix-up in this game for a double overstun is similar to every other game, except jumping is so strong in this game that when you double overstun an opponent, you sometimes have to consider, will they shake out and then jump? So that's just another mix-up. If they don't shake out, obviously you could get a launcher. So 6-6-A into something like 3B should launch, yeah, just like that. But if they shake, obviously they could block that. So the mix-up would be stun them and then do a low, right, or a throw. So you can do that shit and then throw them. If they shake out of the double overstun, they still have to break the throw. And if you decide, you could do double overstun. If they shake out, they still have to block that low. So double overstuns in this game are actually really, really good, because unlike in Tekken, your low options are really strong, usually, in this game. And especially unlike in Tekken, your throws are unseeable. This is an A throw, this is a B throw. They look exactly the same. So if you double overstun the opponent, they're going to have to guess a mix-up between the throws. If they duck or jump, the worst case scenario for them is that they're going to get hit by a mid. So double overstuns are really important for Yunsung, because he gets quite a few of them. So you have to really consider that and be prepared for when you land the double overstun to take full advantage of it, because the character is kind of weak. So you have to take advantage of all his strengths. And one of his best strengths is definitely that he lands a lot of double overstuns. And we'll go over all the different moves that do that. But 6-6-A, very important. Also, the range on it, you'll notice, is really good. He takes a huge step forward, and that is going to be really good for catching backdash, because in this game, if you're backdashing, you're going to get counter hit. So this is going to catch backdashes and then double overstun, and then you get good damage off of your mix-up. Down forward A is a very, very important move. Good tracking, not great tracking, but solid. Mid-hitting move. On counter hit, you get a knockdown. Pretty sure you get a follow-up hit. I don't know what the best damage is for your follow-up hit, but you know, it's good. It's good because you get the knockdown, and it's a tracking A. That's mid, obviously. Those are all really good properties in this game, so keep that in mind. Good move. I don't know why it's called leg cutter. Does he even cut their leg? Doesn't even get near their leg. Okay, whatever. Either way, leg cutter. Let's see. Down A, talked about it earlier. You have to use it. You don't have much of a choice, but the problem with it is that he spins first, and that spin really takes a lot of frames. So this down A ends up being a lot slower than you want it to be in the, like, you know, heat of battle. Down A, his down A is kind of lacking when it comes to that. Let's see, moving on. Down back A, another move. This is another move that gives double overstun on counter hit. So apply the same strategies that I talked about earlier about double overstuns. It's a good move. Again, it's a little bit slower than down forward A, but same kind of same idea. Another move that works a little bit slower, but a little bit better reward because of the double overstun. Pretty solid. Back A. I'm pretty sure this does something special on counter hit as well. Yep. Back A and forward A and down back A. All three of those give counter hit double overstuns. So this is something, like I said, this is something you have to keep your mind. You have to keep in your mind, because these things, this character generally, you know, you're gonna be kept out a lot. Like, you know, his A and his B and his normals, his standard stuff is not that long range. So moves like this are really essential for closing space, and not like a lot of moves that close space are linear, but these moves are important because they close space and they trap. So very, very important, I'd say. A plus B, I think this move sucks. I would never use it. It's I mean, you know what I mean by never use it. It's whatever. It hits on the ground for 2 hits for high damage. That's good. But I don't know. I'm not sure. It's finicky, and I think it's very unsafe. I'm not 100% sure on how unsafe it is, but it's not the best shit. I wonder if it's any kind of soul charge special properties. No cancels. There's nothing special about this move, except that it hits on the ground. But look, as you can see, it's not even hitting on the ground like reliably. It hits on the ground, but sometimes it's going to whiff, and like that. If it whiffs, you can punish that. Even though he's on the ground, he can get up and punish that. That's just the way the game works. So, I don't know. I don't love it. Forward A plus B, this is decent. It's double mid. It has some tracking, and the good thing about it is that you can do it from crouch. So that's really not too shabby. I think it's safe due to pushback. Yeah, the pushback is pretty good on it. It might be unsafe, but it's not that bad. I'd use it on occasion. Let's check if it has any special properties in Soul Charge. Nope. Let's see if it has any counter hit properties. Nope. So yeah, decent move. Nothing too special about it. This character has quite a few moves like this. I think you'll notice that he has a bunch of moves like this. This move, forward A plus B, it's not that good of a move, but it is a Soul Charge level 1 guard crush, so that's one thing that's important about it. Also, I think it hits on the ground for high damage. So this move is pretty solid for that. It's mid, it's a level 1 Soul Charge guard crush, good for Okazemi because it hits on the ground. So this is going to be like a move that I think people should keep in mind, because all those things are really actually unique. Level 1 Soul Charge guard crush, that's a B, that's mid, and that hits on the ground. What all that tells me is that this is a good Okazemi move. So you knock someone down with something, you're going to want to hit them with this for wake-ups. Because if they stay down, it's going to hit them. If they get up and do anything other than just block, they're going to get hit. And if they actually block it, they're in a guard crush situation. I'm not sure what the potential follow-ups are. I think that should be tested. Wow, look how far he is. I don't know what's going to reach him. It's possible there are guard crushes in this game that don't actually yield any follow-ups. I'm trying to find a move that reaches that far away and is fast enough, but it's possible that it doesn't exist. Wow, that one was kind of close. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, we'll go through the move list. For A plus B guard crush is way better. It's good. It's good. But it definitely doesn't hit in the same Okazemi way that the other one does. But yeah, this one, I'll get to it. This one's really good too. This is one of his strengths, his level 1 guard crushes. It's not that common for characters to have mid-hitting, ground-hitting level 1 guard crushes. Also, the good thing about this move, which I'll get to it later, but you can guard cancel it. That's what's important about it, I'd say. But yeah, 668 plus B, definitely a move that's usable, I think. Moving on. Back A plus B. Oh yeah, we were just talking about it. Okay, so this move, I'm going to double check exactly what it GIs, because I don't remember what it GIs. Let's see. Ooh, it looks like it high crushes too. A little bit. Not reliably. Yeah, see? It's not a reliable high crush, but I saw it work a couple times. I think you have to do it early. Yeah, you gotta do it a little bit early, so it's definitely not an instant high crush. Now, let's see. Yeah, it beats B attacks. So I would use this. There are probably strings that this beats. Also, you can guard cancel it and still, I think, get the... Yeah, you can still get the GI to come out after the guard cancel. So you can use that like a GI if you want. But if they GI'd it, if this lands a GI, they can't re-GI it. So it's guaranteed if you land the GI. I wouldn't guard cancel it if you're using it for the GI. To be honest, I wouldn't really use it for the GI because it's a little bit too risky. but there might be some strings or situations in which you can use it reliably. I just, for a tournament tactic, I don't love it. But, as Socrates mentioned in the chat room, so we learned that that beats bees, but as he mentioned in the chat room, this is solid for its level 1 guard crush ability. It's also good for Okuzemi because it hits on the ground, so pretty good for wake-ups, not bad. I think it's one of his most useful moves, actually, when you think about it. Let's see, 6A, oh, that's 6-6A, that's the 8-way run version. Let's see what these 8-way run moves are. Oh, this is a very important move. 3-3A and 3-3AB are super important. Okay, so the way this works is the first hit is a really good, fast, horizontal swing. On normal hit, it gives you that stun, but you can hit confirm the second hit. So that's what you want to do. You want to do hit confirm and then land the second hit, which is a natural combo. It's going to give you a good knockdown. I don't think you can combo off of it. Yeah, no combos allowed, but you get great wake-ups off of that. So if you're moving around, you can... Oh, also, on, let's say they block it, you can charge the second hit to a guard crush, which is really good, but most importantly, what you do is you represent the second hit as a guard crush and then let it go early when you feel like they're going to attack. Also, this is a good opportunity for you to follow your ears. If you hear them push a button during the charge of this move, definitely let it go and just land the counter hit. So that's one really good way to use this. Also, as I mentioned, the last hit is chargeable to a guard crush, so pretty solid, I think. Down, down, A, B. Oh, this is really good. This is a really, really important move. One of his best moves. So the way this works is, if you do it into the foreground, you're going to go in this direction. If you do it into the background, you're going to go in the other direction. Either way, the properties are the same. But when this move hits, if you see a red spark, you always want to hit B. Very, very easy. I don't know if you can hear how late the command is, but watch this. That was still a combo. See how late I pushed that B? So any old moron, anyone can hit come from this as long as you look for the red spark. Really, really important, I'd say. This is a really important move, actually. The first hit is high, but it does jail. So if they block the first hit, they can't duck under the second hit. And the third hit is mid. Also, I think the third hit is, it's not safe, but it's almost safe. So you can only be punished by certain things. And if you notice, he's kind of far away. So some of the faster AAs in the game won't reach there. Even Mitsurugi's AA may not reach this far. I don't know for sure, but it's possible because of the space created. Can you cancel that? No, you can't. So yeah, this move is really, really good, especially for its counter hit confirmability. This is what's really important about this. AA, counter hit confirm, hit the B, get good damage, get a knockdown, and then you can, you know, pursue or back up if you want. And 70 points of damage is quite a bit in this game. Most standard bread and butter combos don't do that much damage, so that's really good. Let's see what we have here. Oh, you can cancel it. See what I mean, Internet? I don't know all about this shit. This is not a character I know that well. I've just had experience against him, but I've never really learned how to play him. When the game was out and I was playing it 10 years ago, I was more interested in Assassin. So I knew how to play Assassin, but he's so much simpler than Yunsung. He's also much more boring, but he's also much better. So, you know, it all depends what you're into. But Yunsung, generally kind of a lacking character. But I want to emphasize this. Though Yunsung does suck in this game, this is a very, very balanced video game. I've seen many times Revan almost beat Tidy Whitey with Yunsung against Nightmare, and Nightmare is like one of the best characters in the entire game, and he's giving Tidy Whitey a run for his money. with this shitty character. So this is only further proving to me that in the right hands, you can win with any character in this game. That is a fact, for sure. When I was in France, I also saw this guy, what was that fucking guy's name? I forgot his name. I'm sorry, guy. But he is a Frenchman, and he kicked the shit out of a team of X-players all by himself with Yunsung. Everyone on the team was an X-player, and he kicked the shit out of all of them. I watched him do it easily with Yunsung. The reason Yunsung is actually good against X is because moves like this reach outside of the 2-2B range. So she'll do 2-2B, and he can reach into that and hit her to punish 2-2B when that move is like one of the best moves in the game. So Yunsung, he's quite good against X, actually. So, I mean, you got to think about that. If he's good against X, then, you know, he's usable. He's definitely usable. Anyway, moving on. Okay, this move is definitely shitty and gimmicky, but it does create a little bit of space, and I'm not sure if it hits on the ground. Yeah, it hits on the ground, so usable, not terrible. It's probably relatively safe. I don't think it's launch punishable, but I don't think it's completely safe. So maybe Yunsung's while standing K or fast while standing moves might hit it. Hayate, that's his name. Hayate, that guy. He kicked the shit out of so many X players with this character right in front of my eyes. It was really, really dope. So anyway, that move is decent. Back A, we talked about this already. While standing A-B, I think is important. The while standing A part is a good tracking move, doesn't have the best range. I would use this on its own more often than with the B. The B itself is a guard crush, but it's very, very linear. And even on hit, I think they can sidestep out. As you can see there, when I do the B, you can see that Mitsurugi kind of puts his dukes up and he's blocking for a moment before the B hits. What that tells me is that he would be able to step guard out of this and not have to worry about it. But, thankfully, they put in a guard cancel for it. The guard cancel is actually quite useful. It makes it so that they may not necessarily want to step guard in that scenario, because if you do while standing AB guard cancel throw, that's going to beat a step guard. So something like that is going to beat a step guard, so that's going to get them to stand still, and that's when you can start using this guard crush. You know, not bad. Overall, you're going to want to stick to the idea of just while standing A when you need a good tracking move out of crouch. Also, I think, I'm not sure, but I think while standing A high crushes. If you can see, he kind of dips his head down a little bit as he's doing the move. I think that it high crushes a little bit. Let's see. While standing AB, while standing AB guard, while standing A plus B. Oh wow, that's just 6A plus B. This is another thing that I didn't know. I wonder if that's a good punish. There may be some lows that push out a little far so you can't punish with some stuff that you can punish with this. This is one of those things you're going to have to explore with, you know, in actual matches. But I do like that he has this for an option for a while standing move. You can also do it from crouch by hitting forward A plus B. So that's possible to just do anyway. I guess he doesn't really need it to be a while standing move, but I don't know. I wonder if the properties are the same. The damage is the same. Let's check counter hit. Yeah, it looks like the same move to me. Anyway, moving on. That covers his A moves. His BB is really important. You can delay the second hit. You can also hit confirm on counter hit. You can hit confirm his BB, which is really good. Oh, you can't? Am I thinking of down BB? Yeah, I'm thinking of down BB. Okay, so his BB is solid, but he has another move that kind of is a little bit better in my opinion. But before we get to that, let's just talk about the move itself. So his standard B, pretty decent, okay range. It is very linear, so you have to be careful about that. His BB is solid. You can also delay it, as I mentioned. And earlier, I mentioned that You can do BB back to create space, but I'd be cautious how I use that, especially against characters who have very long range. That might be something you want to be careful about how you use, because they'll be able to reach you. And your options out of that stance, which I'll go over later, are not that good. So you have to be careful how you use these things. But I do like the idea that it creates space if you want to create space. BB back, B delayed B, BK. Oh yeah, this is a pretty cool string. So BK is, I think it's mid-high. Yeah, it's mid-high. So it doesn't seem that good at first glance. On counter hit, it's also not a combo, so that doesn't seem that good, right? But the second hit, so the first hit is linear, the second hit tracks, as I'm sure you can tell. Now, if they're dealing with that by ducking, you can not only use B delayed B, but you can also guard cancel it. This move, BK, is guard cancelable, and it leaves you in crouch. So you can do something like BK while standing K, and while standing K gives you a knock, stun on counter hit. So BK guard while standing K is a decent string, not terrible. Also, you can always do BK guard throw. That is also something that's really good, because as you can tell, the animation is so fast. So it's pretty good. Anyway, BK guard while standing K, BK guard while standing A, B guard, throw. These are all options for this character's offense that, you know, you can use to like kind of throw the opponent off. Throw in the throws, throw in the guard cancels while standing, you know, all that stuff, guard canceling. Throwing your opponent off is really a key with this character, because if you're going to play just straight up, no gimmicks, no mix-ups, you know, he's lacking. So this kind of stuff really helps a lot. And the fact, don't forget that throws are unseeable in this game. So throw away. Just keep throwing. Throw, throw, throw. It's really good. I can't stress that enough, especially with weak characters. Throwing is really important. His throw animation is also not the best, because so characters like Yunsung and X, who throw with the hand that has no weapon in it, usually their throws are easier to break because they have no other moves that look like this. Other characters that throw you with the hand that has a weapon in it, it kind of can look like an attack because they're using their weapon hand. So, you know, even though it's unseeable for the mix-up, the actual throw itself is generally slightly easier to break with characters that throw with their bare hand, because you can just see that he's throwing, boom, it's like he's holding up a sign, I'm going to throw you. So just remember that. But otherwise, if you can land the throw, you know, you got that 50-50 mix-up. And because he has so many moves that double overstun, you're going to want to do a lot of throwing. And I'll get to throw details later. But yeah, BK, guard cancel. Oh, you can also delay it, huh? Hey, what's up, Martin? I'm having a great day. Let's see. So, yeah, you can delay that. You can guard cancel it. You can guard cancel the delay as well. And it ends in crouch. So, pretty good. Not bad. 6B is the same as while landing B. It's the same move. You can hit confirm it, just like while landing B. Ooh, you can't? Wow, while landing B is better than 6B because you can hit confirm it. That's crazy. See, Internet? This is all a learning process. I didn't know that. So you have to commit with 6BB. That's crazy. I didn't know that. While landing B is hella good then. You can hit confirm that super late. That's still a combo. But 6BB, you can't do that. What's the damage on this? 38. 41. Wow. I thought that they were the same move, but they're not the same move, obviously. Let's see if there are any other property differences. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Okay, so 6BB is a natural combo, but you cannot hit confirm it, unlike while landing B. So that means that the delay is not gonna... Ooh, what's the second hit look like on block? That's what I want to know. Man. Look at that. I knew it. Okay, So, 6BB. Wow, I didn't know that either. Holy shit. Okay, 6BB, if you do it right away, looks like it's unsafe on block. 6B delayed B looks safe on block. I did not know that. That's really interesting. You can tell by the way the block stun is. So 6B delayed B is safe on block. Now, while landing BB looks unsafe on block, but you can hit confirm it. And even on delay, it's unsafe on block. So that's the trade-off. You can hit confirm it, but if you fuck up the hit confirm, it's not safe. Very interesting. I did not know that about this game. Also, I have to say, I think that's really good game design. I like that a lot. They could have made it the same move, but instead they added these property changes, which makes each one unique, even though they look the same. That's very common in this game. One of those moves is Valdo's down A. It's the one where he uses both hands to kind of sweep across. And if you watched any of my matches in this game, I really use that move a shitload. I use that move all day. Now, it looks like his 3A, it looks the same, but it's not the same move. It has completely different properties. So, definitely, you should look at your different moves in your move list and see if there are different property changes, because there's a lot of that. The move may look the same, but in terms of properties, it's not the same. So you also have forward BA, just like while landing BA. That looks like it's the same properties. I wonder if there's anything else to this string. It's pretty crazy. I did not know that about this. That's really cool. This is the reason why I wanted to do this today, because there's a lot about this character that I don't know in terms of the details. And details go a long way. I mean, think about it. If let's say I was playing against a Yunsung player in a tournament, right? And he does 6BB, and I thought that 6BB is safe because the delayed version is safe, like that, I can now keep my eye on 6BB, and if he doesn't do it right, I can punish him. And the punish is going to be something like AA or whatever. That's a good amount of damage, you know? You're talking between 30 and 40 points damage for free. If you didn't punish it, boom, you just fucking threw that shit in the garbage can. I mean, every little bit counts. Everything adds up. That's my philosophy for tournaments. You know, it's like free throws. If you miss the AA punish, you know, that 1 point is just as valuable at the beginning of the game as it is for the, you know, all the marbles. Free throws are very, very important in basketball. I'm sure everyone who's a basketball fan would know that. And in any fighting game, punishes like that are like free throws. They're very, very important. So you're going to want to land as many as you can, and this is really one that I did not know about. So I'm really happy that I discovered that today. Anyway, moving on, we have the delay, we have the A version. Okay, so 6B is a solid long-range poke. I like that about it. You can hold forward to go into stance. We'll talk about his stance later. It's not great, but it is usable. I think 6B back B is like this move into a backswing blow. I don't love this string at all. Generally, I don't like backswing blows in this game because step guard is so much better. But Yun's backswing blow is pretty good, and we'll get to that later. But 6B, solid move because of the range. It's mid and it's a B as well. 6BB I think is a natural combo. Let's double check that. Yeah, natural combo. And it's hit confirmable. Yeah, that's really good. 6BB, good damage, good range. It's a B. You can reach in there and punish stuff. Ooh, that's a good thing to note. I didn't know that either. So if it hits at the tip, which is generally where I'd like to use it, if you do the second hit, it's going to completely whiff and you're going to get fucked up. So this is another thing that I didn't know, that you can keep your eyes on if you're playing against a Yunsung. If they do that shit, be ready to launch them. These are the types of things I'm talking about. These types of mistakes, if you're planning on doing really well in a game, any game, whatever it is, you're going to want to know these little things and you're going to want to stretch them. So basically, this is like a little hole, right? You're just going to stretch that shit open and fucking foot first. Just put your fucking foot in his ass. That's what you're going to want to do. These little things can add up to entire tournament wins. Very, very important. That's a launcher. Free launcher. Definitely a free launcher. So keep that in mind. You can also delay it. Let's see if the delayed version has any more range. Nope. What's this? 66BB? Ooh. Huh. Oh, if you delay it, you no longer can go into stance. So that's how that works. If you want to go into stance, you can't delay it. But if you do it right away, you can go into stance afterwards, which is a, I guess, okay option. I don't know what would be good out of stance. I guess you could do that. Okay, interesting choices, options he has. 66B back B, I talked about that earlier. I don't love it. It's kind of gimmicky. Let's see if it's a counter hit combo. Because this type of thing, yeah, not a counter hit combo. This type of thing can be step guarded like big time, and you'll be really in big trouble if you know, if you do 66B back B, they'll be able to step guard and fuck you up. You're gonna be in big trouble. So I wouldn't use it. I don't like that move. Let's see what this does. Guard crush, not good. 66B back B, hold it. That's not good. How is that ever gonna hit anyone? There's no way that's ever gonna hit anyone good. No way. That shit sucks. They're gonna sidestep in this game. This game's lateral movement is really strong. So things that are really linear, that charge up like that, or even something like this move. You know, these moves, they're usable if you're sure they're hesitating, but otherwise, you know, I wouldn't recommend it. These types of moves are not that great. Okay, moving on. 3B. Pretty standard. Hits on the ground. I don't think it's safe to fast stuff. It's a little bit slow as well. But, you know, it's okay. I think his 3-3B is better. It's faster. It also has a better hitbox. And, you know, it goes into stance. I don't know what his best combo is off of his 3B. That's something that you guys are going to have to either tell me or look up, because I don't know what his best combo is off his 3B. Maybe, I remember people doing something like that. So they would do 3B, KK, stance, and then do something out of it. So the KK is going to be guaranteed, but the follow-up is going to be a mix-up. So, I don't know. I don't know how good that is. I don't know if I would settle with that. But, you know, that's what I remember people doing. Let's see, what other stance moves do we have? Oh, that's probably a good one. Okay, so let's try that. Yeah, that's probably a decent option. I'm sure it's air controllable, but yeah, that's what I would do, I guess. KK, stance, maybe do some fancy shit. Alright, moving on. Down BB. This is a really important move. This move is mid-high. It does not jail on block. So, if they block this, they can duck the second hit and launch punish you. But, here's the good news. It is hit confirmable and delayable. So, if you're very sharp, you should never get this second move ducked. This is hit confirmable for sure. It's really, really solid for that. The first hit also hits on the ground, unlike his BB. So earlier I was telling you his BB is good, but his down BB is better. His down BB basically functions very similarly to his BB, except it hits on the ground, it's hit confirmable, and the second hit has really, really great range. Even though it whiffed right there. But there you go. So you can use it from really long range, longer than, you know, for his BB. Also, you can't hit confirm his BB, so, you know, this is a really, really, really important move. Don't abuse it, though, and if you're just mashing it, you're going to get hit all day. So you don't want to mash it like BL. You want to do it like someone who has skills. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit confirm it every time. Every time. I personally duck this move like I remember to duck it. Your opponent may not, but you should assume that they will, because it's so risky if you don't. It's very, very duckable. It's not that hard at all. I think that it's much easier to duck than something like martial law's Shaolin kicks. Shaolin kicks are really hard to duck because the first impact of the move is like 11 frames, so you have to react to an 11 frame kick and then duck the second hit. That's very fast. But this is like 15 frames. So you're having 15 frames to react, and then you can duck the second hit. So this is like something you should keep in mind, I think. It is hit confirmable, so you don't want to mash it. You want to definitely take your time. When you do the move, look at their character, make sure the first hit, and then do the second hit. That way you're going to be able to use a really strong stance, but you're not going to get a really strong move, but you're not going to get the downsides of the move because you're using your skills to make the move safer. That's really, really important, I'd say, for Yunsung. Down back B, you know, it's a usable low. It does give frame advantage. I think down back B into while standing K is an uninterruptible string, so it's a frame trap. That's okay, but the problem with this move is that it's very, very linear. So you have to be careful how you use it. But otherwise, it's a decent one, not too bad. Also, if they sidestep afterwards, you do have your while standing A option. You also have your while standing A plus B, which we talked about earlier. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. It's just something I mentioned. You have to be careful how you use it because it's so linear. You have to be careful how you use that. Back B, I don't like this move at all. You can guard crush with it if you hold it, but there's no guard cancel. It's very linear. It's also very telegraphed because it doesn't look like any other move he has. So as long as your opponent has seen it, they're going to know it, and they're going to step out of it. I don't like it. I don't like this move. Let's see what it does on counter. Nothing. Doesn't do shit. I mean, it gives a knockdown on regular hit, and it's probably safe. So that's good. But I really don't like this move. I don't know. This might be one of those moves that I don't like initially, but I find a use for later. So, you know, something that I would consider, but don't exile the move, but I don't really see its use off the top of my head. I can't really see its use. Back B is his backswing blow. There's two reasons why I think his backswing blow is slightly better than other ones in the game. For example, Mitsurugi's I don't think is very good because step guarding is always going to be safer and more valuable than a backswing blow in this game. So I would say that Mitsurugi's is not that useful. But Yunsung's is unique in two ways. First of all, it's guard cancelable. So that's something that you should keep in mind. But secondly, it not only backdashes, it also sidesteps. Now, it's very subtle. The way you can see it is by looking at the background. If you look at the background, you'll notice that it's slightly turning every time I do it. What that tells you is that this move sidesteps. So, when you do your backswing blow, you're sidestepping slightly to the right. And if your opponent has a move that does not track in that direction at all, which is very common in this game, what will often happen is you can use this to get around that move, as well as option select between many other moves. So this type of thing will beat a throw, obviously, will beat low pokes like down A's. It will beat short-range moves. But if you guessed wrong and they don't do a throw or a down A or a short-range move, let's say they did something that has very long range and is very linear to catch your backswing blow, this is going to, at times, sidestep right. Just enough. It's kind of like AOP. It's kind of like Art of Phoenix for Ling Xiaoyu. It goes into high crush, but it also sidesteps a little bit. So you're using these two evasive properties for your to your advantage. Up forward B, I talked about that earlier. Level 2 guard crush. Hits on the ground, covers a lot of space. I like this move quite a bit. The only problem with it is that you can't do it from crouch, which is very peculiar, but it has to do with the game system. So up forward B looks like that, but if you're in crouch, up forward B looks like that. And that's basically, if you're holding guard and you hit up forward B, that's the same move. When you're in crouch, it's the same move. So it's unfortunate that you can't use up forward B from crouch. That would be really good if you could, but you can't. So just keep that in mind. Up forward B is pretty solid for Okuzemi. Hits on the ground, covers a ton of space, and don't forget it jumps. jumping is really, really important. So keep that in mind. B plus K, this is a move that I would use for post GI, if ever. It's very slow, but on top of that, it's very weird. What the way the hitboxes work are very weird. Like, there are times against small characters where this will completely whiff. So you have to be careful how you use it. But it does give you a very solid launcher, and I'm not sure what the combo is off of it, or what people usually do. I'm not sure. But it is a good high launcher, and I'm sure you get some kind of damage off of it. And it is a weird timing. The animation is also a little funky, so it's going to get people to re-GI. This is what I would use for post-GI if you think the opponent is going to re-GI. It's pretty solid for that. Oh, up forward B does not jump? Sure, I'll test that out. Looks like Susamaji said that it doesn't jump, so I'm going to double check that. Wow, you're right. Why does that not jump? At all? Not even at all? Hey, thanks for that, man. This is exactly why I did this tutorial, so I could learn things like this. That is so weird. Why the hell does that not jump? Okay. Thanks, man. Definitely, that sucks. That sucks. It's still a solid move. I still think it's solid because of the range, and it hits on the ground, and it's a B, and it's a level 2 guard crush. But man, that is ridiculous. Why the fuck doesn't it jump? It's clear that he's in the air. Look at this guy. Look at him jumping in the air like that. How is that not airborne? That is crazy. Okay, thanks for that. Man, this is crazy. I've already learned so much. I've already learned so much. I learned the difference between while landing B and 6B. I learned that this is this up forward B is not a jump move. I was totally planning on using that as a jump move the next time I played. So that's really interesting. B plus K, talked about that. This move is usable, but I don't really see much value in it. It hits on the ground. Also, it's safe on block, and it forces crouch. So you could set something up with it. Like, for example, if you set up, like, if you're playing against Nightmare, and you know that his while standing options are basically going to be while standing B and while standing K, you can do this, and then step, and then make those things whiff. Step left, make those things whiff, and then boom, you can hit it. That's the type of thing I would use this for, but it's really not that great, because the risk versus reward is not really there. So that's that. You can also do it by doing down B plus K. I don't know why the command list shows it as down back only, but down B plus K also will do this. So, just another way to do it. Back B plus K is unblockable, really shitty. I've never seen it hit anyone. It's ridiculous. I think you could control it. Can you control the distance, maybe? Nope. But you can guard cancel it. So if you want to use some kind of fake, like I do with Baldo, you see me oftentimes get down into that crouch. That's down forward A plus B, you know, like you charge up his unblockable and get down into crouch. I use that a lot of times because the guard animation out of that is really weird. And sometimes in this game, you want to do something like crazy to get your opponent to hesitate. And that's a decent one because there's fire and he does some crazy shit. His face turns green. So if you need something like you know, something to fake out your opponent, you know, at full speed, something like that is not bad. You know what I mean? It's a pretty good cancel. I would use that. The unblockable itself is terrible. I mean, you know, you not only have to, you have to be like right in front of him, you go over him. You have to be at like the perfect distance away, and they have to be standing still for that to work. So, I don't know. I think that there is a, you know, Socrates, I disagree with you. I think that there is a good reason to use Yunsung. He's way more exciting and fun to use than Assassin. And the game being so balanced, I really think that it's plausible to win with him. So, you know, he's not good. And if you really are, like, your most #1 priority is getting the W, obviously, you know, I mean, obviously, yeah, if your priority is getting the W, why are you playing the shittiest character? But I do understand that people connect with characters, and if you connect with this character, I definitely don't think he's so bad that you can't win with him. I don't want people to think that, because um, he's definitely usable. And you gotta remember, in this game, the best, hands down shit is step guard. That's the best thing in the game. And his step guard is not that bad. It's pretty solid. His step is okay. So if he's got a decent version of the best thing in the game, then I think he's definitely usable. Also, his jump attacks are solid. I mentioned jumping, very important. So, you know, not that bad. Okay, let's see. I noticed Dispatch asked if they added move lists for them, and they did not. So there's still hidden move lists for Assassin, Berserker, and who was the last one? Is it Lizard Man? I think it's Lizard Man. Anyway, Backpack B plus K Guard, talked about that already. 66BB, that's whatever, talked about that already. 33B, this is going to be your primary launcher. I would use this one over any other launcher he has because it's fast, hits on the ground, you could do it out of 8-way run, it ends in his stance, which you cannot 2G out of. A lot of stances in this game you can 2G out of, but this one you can't. So 33B is okay because you can use, you can get good damage off of it, and if you want weird spike Okazemi like that, you can do A plus B. It's solid. This is basically your primary launcher of choice. It's the most usable utility out of his launchers. Let's see. 22B is okay because it has great range, and it has good tracking to his right, but more importantly, it hits on the ground. The range and the ground hitting property are what you're going to want to use this for. If they're across the room and they air controlled or whatever, you know, during a scramble they jumped and they're air controlled and they went all the way over there, this is the move you're going to want to use because it'll hit a side roll, it'll hit a grounded opponent, and the range is really, really good on it. Really good. Look at the range. I'm all the way over here and it's hitting. Really good range. So I definitely would consider that move, especially for Okazemi. We talked about this move a little bit earlier. The range is great on it, but the problem is that this move is super linear. It does also give you a knockdown, so I would use it up close. Like if you're doing, whatever your cancels, whatever all that shit is. It's usable, but you have to be very careful. This is one of those moves that's just too linear to use very often. You have to have a good read on them hesitating to use that. Backpack B, we talked about that. While standing B is good because it gives you, it's pretty fast, it's a good launcher, so it's going to be good for punishing unsafe lows, but it's also good because I think it's relatively safe and it gives you a high launch. Now, I don't know what the best combos are off of it. I'm sorry, I don't know the combos, but I'm sure you can get something good off of this. I don't know what it is. You can definitely get something, though. I don't know what you could get. Maybe... I don't know what is an actual combo. I think you can actually do this. Yeah, you can do something like that. So you can do while standing B, 3-3-B, go into stance, and then mix them up out of stance with something. Something like that. Now, I don't know if that's the best thing to do, but it is something to do. And I definitely think that while standing B is really good because, not every character has a move like that. Like Valdo, for example. Valdo does not have a launcher from full crouch. That is one of his weaknesses. So, Yunsung has that. He also has the tracking move that I mentioned, and he has while standing K. And I'll get to while standing K later, but this is a really good move. So anyway, while standing B, really solid move. While crouching BB, that's just down BB. You can do it from full crouch. I'm pretty sure the properties are the same. Yeah, you can hit confirm it. So all that is the same. it's good that you have the option. Full crouch B. Also, full crouch B hits on the ground. Remember that. That's really an important thing to remember for wake ups. Alright, moving on to his K moves. These are the wacky moves. So KK is a natural combo. Let's see if you can delay it. Nope. You cannot delay it. I think you can go into stance off of his standing K by holding forward. His stance has a few options off of it that are decent. The most important one, I think, is normal standing. There's a just frame off of this move. That's the just frame. So that's one of the more important moves out of his stance because it tracks and it's fast. And it's also a kick. So he's holding his sword in the air. Generally, when he's in stance, people look for sword attacks because there are some powerful sword attacks out of stance, like that one. So that's why the kick is actually quite useful because of that. So the just frame is you do the stance. I forget what the stance is called, but you do the stance into K and then you hit K again when the move connects. Man, I'm fucking it up. I wonder if you can drum it. Yeah, you can drum it. That's pretty good. So drumming buttons is double tapping it. What I did there, which I do with other characters, but I never tried it with this character, is you do the initial K, and then for the second K, you drum it like that. And if you double tap it, then you're gonna get more opportunities to get the just frame correctly. So, you know, it's a classic tactic, and it definitely works for this. So I highly recommend utilizing that. Moving on. K forward, KK forward also puts you in stance. KK is a natural combo, I think. I want to double check that. Yeah, natural combo, so if you want to do that, you have options there. Pretty solid. What's this? K back A plus B? That string is garbage. Don't ever use that. That doesn't even look like a string. That's gonna never be good. Moving on. Forward KK? Wow, I didn't know about that. Forward KK. Forward KK, forward K? So forward KK is a natural combo, it looks like. I've never even really used this move or seen it or knew about it. The good thing I can already see about this move is that you can do it from crouch. So something like BK guard, forward KK, that kind of a string might work. BK guard, forward KK, forward K. I wonder what other options there are. Let's see. Nothing? It's just forward KK, forward K? That's weird. That's not that slow of a cancel, though. Okay. Forward KKAA. Ah, I remember this string now. Okay, I remember it. So forward KKAA is a total like day one gimmick string. Forward KKA back is a shitty string. Don't use it. Forward KKAA. What other options do you have here? AA guard B. This is a shitty string. This is a shitty string. Definitely. The first two parts I like. The second part, I'm sorry, the first two parts I like, but the third part I don't like. And I don't think it's going to be worth doing. So I think forward KK is what you should stick to if you use it. But even that, look at the range. That's fucking trash. That's terrible. Why would you ever even use this? The properties, I mean, it's not doing anything. What does it do on counter? Yeah, this is crappy. I would rather just use standing K. It's faster, you know, more range. Yeah, that shit sucks. Internet, this string and everything involved with it, I think sucks. What's this? Ooh, that might be okay. No, that's not okay. Too slow. The initial kicks themselves are just not good. Look at where the trail of the kick is. He's shooting down airplanes with this kick. It's like going up. What a crappy move. Okay, that shit sucks. What's this? Oh, this is whatever. This is okay. So forward K, you can sidestep off of it. You can sidestep into the background or the foreground. Okay, so I just brushed up on all the different options here. What's this? Oh, I didn't know that. What's this? I knew that. Oh, and he has options off of the sidestep? I was not aware of any of this. Huh. Really? Okay, so here's the deal. Forward K is the string. First two hits are natural combo. Third hit is not. Let's see what it does on counter. Not a counter hit combo either. So what you can do is you can do the first hit into this stance. Let's call it something. What's it called? Circular Heaven? Okay, so this is Circular Heaven. I really hate that name. That's a shitty name. Okay, Heavenly Circle is what I'm going to call it. So, Heavenly Circle, I don't like that name either. Anyway, whatever, fuck it. So this move, if you hit with the first hit, you can hold up or down to do this little stance, Heavenly Circle. You can also do a cancel of the second hit into the stance. And you can also hit with the second hit into the stance. So 66KK, after it hits, you can do the cancel as well. So this is part of the mix-up. Damn, it's hella windy outside. It's fucking up my mini blinds. Anyway, there are moves out of this. They all seem terrible. All that looks shitty. Yeah, that doesn't look good. 66KK, no good. But the thing that looks good to me is the stance shift. That seems okay. But still not that good. I wouldn't go abusing this string at all. But, I mean, the problem is that it's full of holes. That's the problem. This string is full of holes. I mean, 66KK in itself is not that good. The second hit can be stepped. You know, it's a relatively high-hitting mid. It's linear. So this is not that good in the first place. And then you add all these stupid dilly-dally options where he's jumping around on one leg, and you'll realize that this is not that good. Yeah, you know what? Fuck this string. I didn't like the name, and I don't really like the string. I don't like it. His down forward K does give a double overstun, I think. Yeah, this is another option you have to get a double overstun. I talked about it earlier. But that's really, really good. Down K, nothing too special about it, though of course you have to use it, especially against Nightmare to punish 3B. Not too special. Down back K, A, B. This string is... Down back K on its own has this option, down back KK. It also has down back KA. I think that's a counter hit combo. Yeah, it is. But not that good of a reward because the second hit is unsafe. Down back KA is also a counter hit combo, but I don't think the last hit is. Yeah. So you can do down back KA, backswing blow, and then guard out of it. But it's not that good. I think down back KA is decent, but it's low high, so you're going to get launch punished for it. You can't hit confirm it either. You might be able to hit confirm the double low. Nope. Oh, maybe you can. It's pretty close. Yeah, you can. You can hit confirm that. So look for the counter hit red spark, and you can hit him from that. Pretty decent. That sounds pretty good actually, because this low, you know, he doesn't really have that many lows, so you can just use this low, and if you see the counter hit, boom, use the follow-up. The down back KA, I don't love it. I don't really see much use for it, but whatever. You know, it's there if you need it. What is this? Down back KK forward K? Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that existed. Whoa, sidestepped all the way around. That's a cool option. I didn't know about that. Let's see what this looks like. That's not going to be good. Yeah, the cancel of that is too slow. Yeah, that shit's no good. None of this stuff I talked about right now is good at all. Back K, can kick. I'm not sure if this jumps. I'm going to test that, because if it does jump, I think it would be quite good. It does not jump. So that means it sucks. Can kick does not have any special properties. Let me make this guy stop attacking. No special properties, not exceptionally fast, doesn't jump. I don't think it does anything on counter hit. Yep, not that good. It might be a huge frame advantage, but they're very far away, so that might mean that near the wall, it could be something good to use because of the frame advantage. But I'm not sure if it's safe either. It looks safe. I don't know if it's safe, but it looks safe because of that animation. Wow, did you see that though? Second hit can whiff? That's shit. Like that. First hit hits, second hit whiffs? I don't like that. Let's see. KGK. That's the second hit of his KK. I don't know why it's that big of a deal. Let's see what it does on counter hit. Ooh, double over stun. Okay, not bad. Not too bad. I'd use it on occasion because of the counter hit reward. It also goes into stance. 3-3K. I use this move, but I don't like this move. The first hit has decent tracking. It is a natural counter hit combo, but it's not really that special. It just gives you... I'm sorry, it is a natural regular hit combo. It gives you maybe a free hit on the ground, but I think they might be able to tech roll. Overall, it's okay. The thing is, I use this move, but it's not that good. I still use it, though. It's just not that good. Maybe it's good for Yunsung. It's a decent move up close. Gives you knockdown. I guess I condone it. I condone the use of that move. Down down K and up up K are two versions of the same move. They both are fucking terrible. It's like one of the worst moves. High, linear, shitty, slow, garbage move. Really crap. Really crappy. It makes you think like, oh, maybe I could use this to ring out to the left or right. But dude, it's so slow. You're never gonna hit anything with that. 1-1K, this is the low that you're gonna have to focus on. Really, really important. And it's a shitty low. It doesn't track very well to his right. If it hits shallow hit, it doesn't even knock down. And it doesn't give frame advantage if you hit that way. Really is not good. But you have to use it. It's its most important low because it's unseeable. And if you hit clean, it gives you a knockdown. So, definitely his most important low. Very fast, but not that good. I think it's also unsafe on hit. I'm sorry, on block. But I don't know exactly how unsafe. With Valdo, I get while standing A or B. So that's what I generally use on block. Back K, what's that? That move sucks too. Reminds me of Marduk's back 4 from Tekken 4, except it sucks. High hitting. You're not really going to use it as a whiff punish. Not that much reward. I guess you can ring out with it. It has good block stun. Might be something you want to use for pressure to push them out. It might high crush. Let's check that. Yes, it does. Wow. This move might be better than I thought. Internet, this move is solid. That is a good high crush. That is a great high crush. So, you might want to use that. This is all a learning process, Internet. You gotta learn how to use the character. I think that this is solid. That is a good high crush. I like that. Let's try throws. Let's see if you can get under throws in this game. Generally, in this game, there are 2 types of high crush. There are high crushes, and then there are true high crushes, which also beat throws. So, let's see if this is a true high crush. Ooh. Looks like this is a true high crush. That's going to be really good against Astaroths, against any character that's going to throw you in a predictable way. That's going to be great. That's going to be solid. You probably can use that to get out of strings too, if the high crush is fast enough. So, really cool. I didn't know that. Let's see. While standing K. This is a very important move. So, while standing K is important because it's very fast, and on counter hit, it gives a stun. So, this is definitely something you're going to want to try to use. I don't know what the combo is afterwards. It might be a forward B. If anyone knows, just leave it in the chat what the combo is. But it gives you a good stun, and it gives you good damage. It's very fast, so you can use this as like fishing. You can instant while standing K and fish for counter hits with this. You can also use it in situations where you end up in crouch. You can use it, you know, if you land a down A or whatever. You know, it's really good. This is one of those things like Taki. You know, Taki has a very fast while standing K. This is one of those moves. It's a strength of the character, so you have to keep it in mind. Alright, so we have his throws now. There's nothing too special about his throws. They do standard 55 damage, which is average damage. They also don't do great Okazemi. You know, he kind of knocks them a little bit far away. But I should say, I think both of them ring out. So let's go try that. I'm pretty sure that both his throws ring out in some way. Boom, boom. Yeah, that one rings out forward, so that's really good. A throw rings out with the opponent's back to the ring. And B throw, I think, rings out in a weird direction. Oh! Maybe that looked like it was... Rings out to the left and behind. Oops, that was the wrong throw. Whoa! Did you guys see that? That was crazy. Wow, that's pretty good. His A throw rings out really well, it looks like. Let's see what the B throw does. Does that ring out? Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't ring out. Okay, so his A throw rings out, but his B throw does not ring out. Wow, that is crazy. His A throw rings out like crazy. They even bounce out. What the fuck? That is absurd. I did not know that. Damn, they just bounce out of the ring. That is a good throw. You gotta be a little closer than that, I guess. But man, that is a good throw. This is the NTSC version. Remember, they patched it. This is no longer the PAL version, Susamaji. This is the NTSC version. So, Cervantes' throw should, oh, so did the B one? I didn't know that. That's odd. Huh, that's pretty weird. But definitely in this version, the A throw definitely looks like it rings out quite well. That's pretty good. You gotta keep that in mind. That's crazy. Okay. So let's look at his side throws. I always like looking at the animations for throws in this game. They're always so cool. This is a cool throw. Damn. Steps on that shit. Boom. Still breathing? This guy is really like the Jackie of this game. Yeah! So he has no command throws overall. Those are just his basic throws. What is this? Does he have a command throw? He has a command throw. I did not know that. Does that ring out? Jesus, man. I really did not know he had a command throw. That is crazy. What direction would that ring out? So that rings out to my back, I guess? Let's try that. Still breathing. I want to try to see if that rings out to my back. Yeah, B plus K. I talked about that earlier, Forrest. It's a good move. It's just a little bit linear and shitty. So you have to use it during like post GIs or whatever. I didn't know that he has a command throw. That's pretty crazy. I don't know if it rings out. It doesn't look like it easily rings out, that's for sure. But it still does standard damage. Maybe that's why I didn't know he had a command throw. Does it ring out? Alright, what direction that's that? Okay, if we start with the opponent's back to the wall, it ends up going to my left. So, it should ring out with the opponent's left to the ring. Like this. If it rings out. Let's try it again. Okay, the pillar fucked it up there. Alright, you know what? Oh, I probably did it wrong in this one. It doesn't look like it rings out. But I want to double check. So it should probably be more like here. Yeah, no ring out. Okay, so it doesn't ring out, it doesn't do shit. So basically, he doesn't have a command throw. I guess the only reason it might be worth it using this command throw is if the break window is smaller, which I don't know if that's true. But in this game, command throws have a harder to break window. It's shorter. So it's possible that this throw is harder to break in frames than his standard B throw. Which means that if that's true, that's pretty interesting because his A throw, as we just realized, rings out. His B throw, the command version, might make it much stronger at the wall because it's harder to break. So you have the option between doing an A throw that will ring out if the opponent's back is to the wall, and you have the command B throw, which will be harder to break than the standard B throw, which is what everyone's gonna be breaking because they're afraid to be rung out by the A throw. That's a theory. It could work that way. That's assuming that his B command throw is, you know, harder to break than the other one. Anyway, we're almost done. We're back to the stance here. Crane stance A is really good because it has good coverage, great range, and it knocks down with a stun on normal hit, allowing you to follow up with another command. If you don't hold the button, you don't go into stance. If you hold the button, you go back into stance. So you could just do A, back into stance over and over. Also, I think there might be a good combo off of this, which I don't know. So you guys are going to have to figure that out. But the move itself is pretty decent. During Crane B, this one's okay. It's a launcher. Not that good, but it does high crush. So you can use it that way. Crane stance K is the just frame I told you about earlier. As it hits, hit K again, and it shifts into that command grab, which I think rings out too. Wrong way. It's going to be the other way if it rings out, I guess. It might ring out. I'm not sure. But either way, it's a decent option because the initial kick itself is has decent tracking and is mid. And it's pretty fast. So not too bad. Good damage too, 60 points. Not that bad at all. During Crane, that's the throw that I just showed you. What's this? Oh. That's a natural combo. That's pretty good. That's not a natural combo, but I guess you could use that if they sidestep. Ooh, good knockdown. That's not too bad. Especially if you're using like this kind of shit. It's not bad. That's usable. It's good because it's a natural combo. And you have the option for that shit. So that's pretty solid. I like that. I would use it. What's this? All crappy. That's the good one. I like that. Ooh, you can stay in stance too, huh? Ah, it's too bad it sends him so far away. Interesting. Whoa! I didn't know about that move. It's a high though. Sorry, I'm just exploring some of these options. They all look shitty. All that stuff looks crappy. Also, you know, this move, I don't know why I missed it. I didn't see it in the move list, but down A plus K is another really crappy move. The first hit's special mid, the second hit's low, but it's blockable if the first hit hits. So the only way to use this is on counter hit, and it is launch punishable. So, sorry, I forgot to mention another shitty move that this character has that you can't really use. But, during Crane A plus B, that GIs. I'm not sure what it GIs, but it's not very good for that, so I wouldn't use it for that. But it is a good ground hitting move, and it's pretty fast, and also has good range. So, pretty good for that. Let's see. Back B from Crane? Wow, I did not know that existed. I knew that up back K from Crane did that. That's up back K from Crane. But back B from Crane moves back further and does that move. Doesn't look very good. It looks like a huge whiff, to be honest, but... Oh, we didn't even talk about B6, did we? That move was really good. B6, just poke from far away. That is a really good move, too. It's basically the second hit of 2BB. Good range, good keep out. It's high, though, so you gotta keep that in mind. Anyway. Crane back. So this stance is trash. This is the one that I think is not that good at all. It's so risky. The moves out of it are not that good. They're all very unsafe. I think that one is safe, but look at the move itself. It's so crappy. Let's see what counter hit does. Nothing. Sucks. What is this shit? It's like while standing AB. But it's the only option you have out of it that's usable. Let's see, moving on. Crane K, that sucks. Oh yeah, this is the manual way to go into this stance. You have a few options off of it. I genuinely think that they're all crappy except for that one, because it's a low. You can also do KK, that's a natural combo. This is the only option off of this stance that's good. There's a third hit, like that, if you want to use, but it does not jail. So I wouldn't really use it that much. Yeah, it is delayable, not that good though. Oh, that's cancelable too, but that shit sucks. Not that good. None of this is good. B plus K guard, and that's it. That basically covers the character. I mean, you can see that we covered all the really good stuff in the beginning. They wasted a lot of stuff for this character. He's kind of similar to Raphael in the sense that Raphael has quite a few combos and different strings and stances that at a high level are really useless. This character also, at a high level, you have to cut the fat with a lot of this bullshit. All these stances, anything that has to do with this thing or this double crouch dash thing, that stuff all sucks. His crane stance is barely usable and definitely not abusable. So you should be cautious how you use these like extra fluff types of moves. But overall, I think, as I mentioned earlier, Yunsung is a very usable character in a game where the system makes it so all characters are very playable at a high level. I don't think you should be discouraged. If you want to use him, he's very usable, and I recommend you try him out. I'm going to try him out next time I play Dan. I'm going to play a 1st to 10 with Yunsung against him, so we'll see how that goes. But hopefully you guys learned some stuff. I learned quite a bit about the character. And, you know, I'm really glad that I did this. This is one of the things that I wanted to do with this character because, you know, as I mentioned earlier, I'm competing at EVO, and I want to know as much about the game as I can. So, I'm glad I did this. It was on my to-do list. Anyway, that pretty much wraps things up for this tutorial slash overview of Yunsung. I'm really thirsty, so I think I'm going to go get some orange juice. And I'm going to come back and look at some flowers and then play Tekken Tag 2. So if you guys are interested in that, stick around. In the meantime, make sure you chomp on this commercial and take the opportunity of this break to get up, stretch, and subscribe to my channel. That's another good thing you could do with this opportunity. Anyway, if you guys want anything from the fridge, I'll be right back.